Hello everyone, beautiful day here, or it has been at least, just closing down for the evening. My favourite time of the day when the sun's just going down. Today I've been thinking a lot about numbers, specifically in processes in business. And let's think about the sales process. Here's my five areas to focus on. Know your numbers. Know your numbers, love your numbers. They're gonna be able to help you out. That's what you can really track. And the first thing is number one is leads. Where are your leads coming from? Do you know, first of all, how many you have on a monthly basis or a weekly basis? And where do all your leads coming from? What I see a lot, especially in businesses that have been existing for a while, is sometimes they're not even sure why their business exists, meaning that leads just come in. People walk through the door, or orders just appear. So understanding where your leads are really coming from is super important. What's your website traffic look like? Do you have a business where people can walk in? Do you have a physical business? Or do you have business from doing online ads? Do you know what are the different areas? What about referrals? What about centers of influence? Put them all together, understand what your numbers of leads are overall. And that's one, that's leads. And two, how many of those leads are you actually talking to? What does that look like? How many leads are you actually talking to that you have? And when you are talking to them, or your sales team is talking to them, do they have an outcome? Meaning, when they do have a conversation, is it clear that it's meaningful? Right? So that takes us on to point number three, is how many appointments are getting set, or how many follow-up calls are getting set. So one, you've got how many leads, where are they coming from? Two, how many are you actually talking to? Which ones of those are actually having a meaningful conversation to lead into step number three, which is that next call. Right? So which ones have appointments set up? And then number four, how many of those appointments are actually held? How many are following through? And number five is how many of those converting? So my quick 5 steps are leads. Number one, know how many leads you have. Which of the different areas of the leads are coming in? Is it website? Is it word of mouth? Is it referrals? Is it center of influence? All the different areas, make sure you know what they are together. So one is leads. What are they? What's the number? Month basis or weekly basis. Number two, how many of those leads are you or your sales team actually talking to? And talking to in a way where there's a meaningful outcome, which is usually booking another call. So that's number three. Make sure that the appointment is booked, or the next session is set up. Number four, how many of those sessions are actually happening? So when an appointment is booked with a lead, how many of those are actually following through? And then finally, how many of those are converting? Once you understand those 5 things, once you understand those numbers, you can get clear about them and know where to work. So many businesses just aren't clear about those numbers. It's easy. I get it. We get pulled in all different directions. There's plenty of stuff for us to do out there. But understanding, knowing the numbers is going to be super important to get the clarity. We're getting towards the end of Q1 already, which is crazy. Understand how we can maximize the 3 quarters left in this year, because look, I know it's only March. We've got to be thinking with the end in mind. We've got to be thinking how to maximize this year. So think about those 5 things to know your numbers, love your numbers. Number one, leads, where are they all coming from? Number two, how many of those leads are you actually talking to? Number three, how many are actually making an appointment? Number four, how many are actually attending the appointment? How many actually are being held? And number five, what's your conversion rate? Understand what those numbers are. Win your business. Win the year. Take care.